Hey, Renu and Helen here with our huge project, Return to Wholeness.
Together, we've developed a methodology that allows individuals to connect with the inner part of themselves that is keeping them stuck and unable to get past certain issues in their life.
The most amazing discovery has been identifying life lessons and core beliefs, and knowing that once the triggers have been addressed, physical, mental, and emotional issues can be resolved, allowing for improved health, happiness, and well-being.
So instead of us chatting about what we've discovered, we have some really excited participants ready to share their experiences with our work.
We hope this will inspire you to support us in our quest to promote the trigger release method.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So we're here this afternoon to just have a brief discussion with some people who've experienced our trigger release method. How about, Stella, do you have to believe in order for this to work?
No, you don't have to believe per se. You just have to be willing and open to what Helen and Renu offer you and guide you along this process. And for me, it was almost totally miraculous when I was experiencing all of the questions that they asked, and you just have to be willing to do it. And generally, when they ask the questions, you don't answer consciously. It's the subconscious that they tap into through muscle testing.
I think Fatima has a good story about muscle testing.
Well, when I first came to Helen and Renu, what we did was the muscle tension, and I used to put my pressure on so tight, and Renu would try to take the fingers apart, and I would press it. So when they were asking the questions of the lessons, I couldn't believe that when the answer was right on, that whatever my subconscious was telling the body, it would actually would come apart.
Get weak.
And it was very weak, and I would be like, my fingers at the end would be so sore because I was putting all that pressure, and yet it would remove itself. They would release, it would come apart, and I was floored by it every single time that happened.
Did you find the answer was accurate?
Completely. The lessons were dead on all the time. I could not believe that my subconscious was giving the answers, and they were right on. And then when you would read the lessons, it was like, oh my God, yeah. And then it would all go back, and I would understand exactly what was going on.
Natalie, you came to us because you had some arthritis in your
I had
joint.
some arthritis, and I was taking at least 6 Tylenol pills a day. And once I've started coming to see you guys between the lessons, being anchored and released, I do not take any Tylenol at all anymore.
And how is the swelling in that one finger on your left hand?
It's gone down, the swelling has gone down, and I'm able to move it, no problem.
So besides physical, you can also release allergies, food sensitivities, and this is what happened with me. It was amazing. And there was also vitamins that you did with me. Remember the boron and calcium?
Iron and calcium.
Yeah, because of my osteoporosis. And once she cleared that, then I was able to absorb all the calcium and magnesium better.
Well, one of the things that when I also came to you guys was I had a really hard time speaking without coughing, continuously coughing. And through the subconscious, it came out that I wasn't speaking my truth. And once I understood, once the lesson was anchored, I was able to speak my truth. I don't cough anymore. I don't know the last time I've coughed. I don't cough anymore. I mean, I ended up in emergency with a coughing attack. Like, it was really bad. I could not say one word without constantly coughing. And once I understood, once you both released and anchored the lesson, I can speak. I speak my truth now.
We've talked a lot about these lessons, and that really is important to this part of our work, to identify what needs to be learned, maybe the reason behind. Did you find that the lessons insulted you or hurt you in any way? Or did they have an impact as to wow, that made sense, and now I can let it go. It's almost like you graduate from the lesson. Is that sort of how you...
For me, I just knew that there was a lot back there. I just knew that there was. So I was not astonished a lot of the times. I just knew there was a lot because of the extreme abuse, childhood, growing up, as well as in my marriage. So there was constant abuse. So I was not astonished. And so I think that's why it was a big relief to have you two, I'm going to cry. For you two to be able to assist me in this journey.
Thank you, Stella. That's precious to us. Thank you. So if you were to suggest somebody to come and see us, or to learn this modality, or to recommend this modality for someone, what do you feel would be going forward? What would you say to them?
Well, what I've been telling some of my friends, you need to go and see these two ladies. It's hard for me to explain what they actually do. You have to understand about subconscious. Even though sometimes we believe in something, just because you believe it, it doesn't mean. But the subconscious is thinking of something else, because it's something that's buried inside of you. And that's what I found. There's a lot of things buried inside of me that, because how many times did you say, I would say, but I get it, and you say, yes, logically you understand, but it's your subconscious. So I tell my friends, those who I've spoken to them about the both of you, is go and see them and trust on what they're going to do, because they know what they're doing. They will read the lessons to you, and you will understand. That's exactly how I told you.
Just to reiterate, they don't have to believe it.
They don't have to believe it. Honestly, they don't have to believe it.
They just have to learn to go with the flow and let it happen.
For sure, I would highly recommend it, because I think that it was done in such a manner that you feel safe, and it's non-invasive, and very, very comfortable. And like you have been saying, you just go with the flow and allow it to happen. So you don't have to be anxious or fearful. Just trust the process.
Did you want to add something? Or
No, that's about it. I think we put it down. Just try it. You'll be amazed at the results, and you don't have to really do anything.
I'm looking forward to the book, because
Thank
I
you,
want to
ladies.
definitely continue with it. Because now that I know what was done here, I think I could follow through
And be a practitioner?
for myself. I don't know about anybody else, but for me.